Next question is cosecant minus 860 degrees. Next question is cosecant minus 860 degrees. Negative sign. Negative sign indicates that the angle is rotating in a clockwise direction and they have given the number to be 860 degrees, which is again more than 360 degrees. So here we can consider the coterminal angles concept. The criteria here is theta and its other angles should be in this form, that is theta plus or minus n of 360 degrees, where n is always a positive integer. Since the value is negative 860 degrees, we have to write it down in the format of theta minus n of 360 degrees. So when we do that, this value here will be the highest value in the equation. So when we do the calculations, we will get a negative value of the coterminal angle. That is, we will get negative 860 degrees. So nearest and highest value of a multiple of 360 degrees, which is nearer to 860 degrees, will be minus 1080 degrees. In order to find out the value of theta, what we can do is we can minus 860 degrees from 1080 degrees. So when we do that, we will get 1080 degrees minus 860 degrees will be 220 degrees. 220 degrees minus 1080 degrees will give us minus 860 degrees. Here 1080 degrees in terms of multiples of 360 will be 3 times of 360 degrees. Our value of theta will be 220 degrees. So now we can say that 220 degrees and minus 860 degrees are coterminal angles. So now let us consider our quadrant system. Let this be our quadrants. We will be looking first for 220 degrees, which is a positive value. So positive value means the angle is rotating in a anti-clockwise direction. This will be minus x-axis, positive x-axis, y-axis, negative y-axis. 220 will be somewhere in the third quadrant, that is here. This will be our 220 degrees. Third quadrant contains all the angles from 180 degrees to 270 degrees. In the third quadrant, both x-axis to be negative and y-axis to be negative. Cosecant theta is always r divided by y. R will be always positive. We have minus y-axis in the third quadrant. We will have minus y coordinate. Positive value divided by negative value, we will get negative value. Cosecant 220 degree is a negative value, which is same for cosecant minus 860 degrees. Negative sign indicates it is rotating in clockwise direction. When we look into this coterminal format, it is having minus 3 times of 360 degrees. It is rotating 3 times in a clockwise direction. This is the first time. Next one will be the second time. This will be the third time. This is first time. This is second time. This one is the third time, which is going in clockwise direction. Next, here we have positive 120 degrees. So from here, it is going in an anti-clockwise direction and making 220 degrees, which is again in the third quadrant. This angle here is entirely minus 860 degrees. It is having the same terminal side of 120 degrees. Therefore, 220 degrees and minus 860 degrees are coterminal angles and will have the same values. This is one method. There is also another method. We can write this minus 860 degrees as minus 720 degrees and minus 140 degrees. 720 degrees is a multiple of 360 degrees. Minus 2 into 360 degrees minus 140 degrees. Here we have it in the form minus of n 360 degrees and minus 140 degrees. The value of theta here is minus 140 degree. Now let us see whether this is a coterminal angle for angle 220 degrees, which is here. So minus 140 degrees means it is going in a clockwise direction. It will be in the third quadrant. So here the value is minus 140 degrees. So now when we add these two numbers, ignoring the signs positive and negative, we will get that is 220 degrees plus 140 degrees will give us 360 degrees. So it is making an entire circle. Whether if it is 220 degrees or minus 140 degrees, it is making an entire circle. If it is rotating in a positive angle, if it is rotating in an anti-clockwise direction and making 220 degrees, or if it is rotating in a clockwise direction direction and making minus 140 degrees, they are reaching the same terminal side here. Now we can say that 220 degrees, comma, minus 860 degrees, comma, minus 140 degrees are all co-terminal angles. But what we require for this question is whether cosecant minus 860 degrees is a positive value or negative value. We got cosecant 220 degrees to be a negative value, which is a coterminal angle of 860 degrees. So therefore, it will be having same value irrespective of the trigonometric functions. Cosecant minus 860 degrees will have negative value. Our last question is secant 17 pi by 6 radians. Value of theta in radians can be rewritten in degrees by multiplying pi to be equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, 17 pi by 6 radians is equal to 17 into 180 degrees divided by 6. 6 into 3 times 18. We get 510 degrees. Here we can use coterminal angles. Theta plus or minus n of 360 degrees. N here is a positive integer. Now we have to represent 510 degrees in this format. Since it is a positive angle, we have to add 360 degrees and not minus 360 degrees. 360 degrees into 1 is 360 degrees. 360 degrees into 2 is 720 degrees, which is more than 510 degrees. 360 degrees as it is, and we can add 150 degrees. Theta is 150 degrees. Its coterminal angle will be 510 degrees. Let us look into our quadrant system. So this will be our Cartesian coordinate system. Here we have positive x-axis, here we have negative x-axis, here we have positive y-axis, here we have negative y-axis. For 150 degrees, it is in second quadrant because any angles from 90 degrees to 180 degrees lie in second quadrant. This angle here is 150 degrees, which is similar to 510 degrees because 510 degrees can be rewritten as 150 degrees plus 360 degrees. It is going in an anti-clockwise direction. So after completing one full 360 degrees, it is making an extra 150 degrees to make 510 degrees. So both 510 degree and 150 degree are having the same terminal side. Definition for secant theta, that is sec theta, is r divided by x. R will be always positive, and in second quadrant we have negative x-axis. So therefore we will have negative x coordinate. So positive value divided by negative value, we will get negative value. So now we can say that secant 510 degrees will give us a negative value, which is same as secant 150 degrees. So now, in order to find out the sign of the given trigonometric functions, first we need to concentrate on theta. First we have to see whether theta is having a positive sign or a negative sign. When it is having a positive sign, the angle is rotating in an anti-clockwise direction. If it is having a negative sign, it is rotating in a clockwise direction. Next, we have to concentrate on the value of theta. If it is from 0 degrees to 360 degrees, we can easily concentrate on the next step. That is the definition of the trigonometric functions. If it is between 0 radians to 2 pi radians, it is easy to find out. If the value is more than 360 degrees, being positive or negative 360 degrees, then we can apply coterminal angles. Here we will be using the format theta plus or minus n of 360 degrees. Here we have two different paths. That is, if given value of theta here is positive, then we can go for this format theta plus n of 360 degrees. When we add any number to a positive angle, we will get a positive angle. When we have the value of theta to be negative, we should go for this format theta minus n of 360 degrees, because here the value of theta will always be less than 360 degrees. So small number minus, and here the value of n into 360 degrees will always be more. So small number minus a larger number, we will have a negative value. So that is our negative angle. In case of positive theta value, the number which is here will be our angle from 0 to 360 degrees. For a negative value, the value of theta here will be from 0 to 360 degrees. When we do this, we will will get our value of theta in between 0 to 360 degrees. And next step is to determine the quadrant. If the value of theta in the given question is from 0 to 360 degrees, it is fine. We can use the same theta value. If the value of theta is more than 360 degrees, that is positive 360 degrees or negative 360 degrees, we should use value of theta which we obtained here and determine the quadrant where this theta lies. Next, we will be going on to definition of trigonometric functions. Sin theta, it will be y by r. Cos theta, it will be x by r. For tan theta, it will be y by x. For cosecant theta, it will be r by y. For secant theta, it will be r by x. For cot theta, will be x by y. Here, the value of r will always be positive. For the value of x and y can be positive or negative. Based on the 10th quadrant number, we can find out the sign of the trigonometric function. Let me draw a Cartesian coordinate system. The given angle in the question here is cos 160 degrees. So first I will see whether the angle is in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. They are giving a positive value. It is a anti-clockwise movement. The angle of 160 degrees will be here in the second quadrant. If the value is between 0 degrees and 360 degrees or 0 radians to 2 pi radians, we can follow the step 3. Here we have to determine the quadrant. Theta lies in the second quadrant. Next we have to concentrate on the trigonometric functions. Here they have given us cos theta. The definition of cos theta is x by r. R will be always positive. We have to see for the value x. X in the second quadrant will be negative because second quadrant is having a negative x-axis. Here the value of x will be negative. So minus x by r. Negative value divided by positive value, we will get negative value. Therefore, our final answer will be cos 160 degrees will have a negative sign. This will be our final answer. And these are the 4 steps which you can follow to find out the sign of any given angle. So, if you understood the concept, subscribe to the channel, like the video and share the video. Thank you.